spoke about West Indies not being able to get batters for 50 over cricket, and that's exactly what happened in the first ODI. Let's talk about the second ODI here at Timeout with SportsAdda.
I
Extremely
told you,
disappointing.
Akhil. I told you, Akhil. 1000th ODI, we will celebrate with a win. It's that disappointing that Virat Kohli didn't score the 100, but I was pretty confident that we'll celebrate the win.
Yes, celebrate the win. Rohit Sharma back as a captain, got runs, won the match. But as a cricket fan, Arun, I'm extremely disappointed. Uh, I'm looking forward to watch some interesting cricket. I don't want to watch this kind of a match where a team is struggling to even play 50 overs. They are an international side. They have to be competitive in the 50 over World Cup. How will international cricket survive on just one or two teams playing 50 over cricket with each other? And I mean, what kind of game is this? West Indies, if they want to survive, they want to keep getting invited to play 50 overs. Then they need to just scoop up and start being competitive enough. I mean, you can't. There's no excuse that they can give or they have given. Actually, Pollard is that way, quite a sportsman, but really disappointed as a fan.
Disappointed, yes, but not surprised. If you recall,
Not
Akhil, in the
surprised.
preview if you recall our chat before the first ODI, we mentioned that West Indies have inexperience in their batting lineup. They just don't have sufficient batsmen to get the runs. And see, they lack the temperament. These are 3 points we mentioned, we spoke about. And this is exactly what transpired in that first ODI again. I'm just reading through the West Indies batting card from that game. What's the highest score in the top six, Akhil? 18. Jason Holder batting at number 7 made 57. So the highest in the top six was 18. Shambles, absolute shambles. And the longest anyone batted in the top six was 34 balls. Look, this is a 50 over game. Yeah, come on. I mean, you want players to bat 60, 70, 80, 100 balls, probably more. Not 37, not 40 Delhi. So disappointing, but I'm not surprised. And you can expect more of the same, Akhil. Unless, there's somebody, finds a magic potion and kind of sprinkles on the West Indies players, or somebody's got, said a prayer and, something miracle happens, more of the same.
Just to refresh my memory, after we spoke about the first ODI, I went back and I had a look at the scorecard from the series when they had last come to India. They actually won a ODI there, and they had chased a good total down. I hope Shimron Hetmeyer had got hundreds at that time. So and they looked such a decent outfit at that time. They were getting scores. They were chasing down targets, getting close to 300 runs in 50 overs. Looked like a totally different outfit there. And I'm hoping that they find some kind of magic. Nicholas Puran has, I mean, you have so much time to bat. You're such a fantastic batter, so much potential. Everybody loves watching you bat. Just spend some time at the wicket. You're going to get scores. Your team has done that the previous time. And I'm hoping for the broadcasters' sake, for people like fans like us who watch cricket, for our sake, at least West Indies cricket should give us that kind of fight.
Pollard, the West Indies captain, actually mentioned that there's a lot of time in the one day. He was speaking at the toss, and he said the 50 over games, there's a lot of time. I mean, I really hope the players take note of that and drill it in their head somewhere, saying this is a 50 over game. You can have, I mean, it's okay if you say, look, you've got to survive 50 overs. It's okay if you play badly, in the sense that if you don't get 350 overs, that's not the end of the world. I
Yeah.
was watching a game on Twitter, Akhil, this morning, where this is obviously from the 80s and 90s. West Indies, Australia. I think Australia got 167 or something in front of a packed Melbourne crowd, and they won that game by 4, 5, 6 runs. So look,
Peter Taylor was bowling, right?
exactly the game. Yeah. So it's okay. The focus should be to bat 50 overs. If they happen to bat 50 overs, no matter, I mean, I'm sure you will get 260, 270, but just not good enough if you get bundled out if you don't bat 50 overs. That's the disappointing bit.
Okay, so the second ODI is upon us very soon. Not too much
Before we
time.
get to the second one, I just want to mention a word of appreciation to Jason Holder, Akhil. too good a player,
Yeah.
just doesn't get the recognition he deserves. I mean, again, a 57 coming in at a difficult situation,
Yes.
a decent steady bowler, 5 overs 29. I hope West Indies value him.
Good pick there. He's just come off a very successful T20 series also against England, where he picked up wickets. He scored these important
4 and
runs. He's
4
shown that he
in
can.
that last game.
Yes, yes. So he's shown that he can. He's a valuable asset for them. You're right. They should value him. They changed him as a captain. I don't think he was very happy with that, and there was
No.
no reason to do that. Also, he was doing his bit. Probably one of the top all-rounders in the world with Ben Stokes. So I hope they value him. Good pick there. Quick thoughts before we wrap up. Can they do anything to be the result to be different in the second ODI? Can they make any changes? Maybe just get some more aggression in the bowling and try and like rattle the Indian openers. Maybe try that.
Their best chance of winning is if they get to chase Akhil. If they bat first, you might as well not watch the game. I think, like I mentioned in that first ODI, Akhil, I think their bowling's good. I'm pretty excited by their bowling. They've got Kima Roach, they've got Jason Holder.
Joseph
Kima
was
Roach went
good.
for, yeah, Alzari Joseph is good. They've got Akhil Hussain and Fabian Allen. I'd probably get in the leg spinner Hayden Walsh Jr. That's one thing. That's one player I'd look at. They've got fast bowling options, but after that first game, who do you leave out? I mean, after that game, do you leave out Alzari Joseph and bring somebody in? I mean, people can say leave Kima Roach out and bring somebody in, but Kima Roach brings in experience. He had a bad day. He was playing one-day cricket for a long, long time.
After a while,
I'd give him
long
one more
time,
game.
yeah.
I'd probably leave out one spinner and maybe look at one more fast bowler. That's the other one more bowler. Could be Hayden Walsh Jr. That's the only option, but not too many other options available, unfortunately. I thought
Okay.
I liked the look of the Indian lineup, the Indian level.
I'd like them to be tested though. I don't want this one-sided victory where they can easily win by 20,
Make
25
India
overs.
bat first. Make India bat first. That's the only way
I think
India is going to get
they should
tested.
forget the toss and make India bat first. I think just to get this series more competitive, that's what is required. So, all right. So that's like a very short talk that we had about this ODI, second ODI coming up, India versus West Indies. Really hoping West Indies make it a lot more competitive, and we go on to the third ODI in a 1-all. And Arun's prediction about 3-0 doesn't go forward. Just want it to be a more competitive series. All
I
right,
don't
great.
see that happening, Akhil.
All right, we'll be back again at Timeout with SportsAdda. Lots and lots of cricket lined up here in February. Big auction also lined up. So we have so much to talk about. Thank you so much for joining in. Stay tuned.